Good afternoon, everybody. Mem Tes Amud Aleph. Shtem vaz in din avim lasid lavo. Oimim lafon Ribono Shel Olam. The children, when the HaKadosh Baruch Hu is judging the fathers, since in the future you're going to take punishment from them in Olam Haba, Lami Kita Shneim Bam. Why even in their lifetime causing the death of the children? So the death of the children, in a sense, is a kapor for the fathers. Rabbi Lo Bayir Varcheya. Ilmalit philosopher shel David Yikol Yisrael Mochmei Rava. If it wasn't for the fact that David HaMelech prayed for Klal Yisrael, they would have had very bizoyon dika jobs. They would be selling like fat. Shenamar Shita Hashem Mora Lahem, which Hashem should give them cover. Rabbi Lo Bayir Varcheya. Ilmalit philosopher shel Chavakuk. It wasn't for the tefillah of Chavakuk, Yushnei Talmidei Chachamim, Iskasim b'tas achad v'oiskim b'Torah. Two Talmidei Chacham would have to wear the same cloak. It would be so much poverty. Shneimar Hashem Shamati Ishi Macha, Yeresi Hashem Po'olcha B'kerv Shanim Chayei, Al Tikra B'kerv Shanim Ela B'karav Shanim. Two people will have to live close together in the same clothing. Rami Vila. Two Talmidei Chachamim walking, and they're not discussing Torah. Only serve ba'esh. It's roy that they should be burnt. Shenemar, v'yihi heim olchim aloch v'daber b'nei rechav eish. Time of the ikedibur. Halak kedibur only serve if it wasn't that Elisha and Eliyahu, where then they saw a chariot of fire to take Eliyahu to Shamayim. If they didn't have Torah among them, they would be burnt up. Two Talmidei live in the same city.
Ernie, excuse me. Sorry to interrupt you. Are you recording? Because Mari's not recording, right?
I think it's recording.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. It says
okay, fine. Okay, that's all I want to make sure that he told me to ask you. Okay, fine.
Two Talmidei Chacham live in the same city. They don't have peace. Echad meis v'echad goyla. One dies, the other goes into goyla. Shneimar, lanu shama rotzeach, asher yirtzach esrei eyu bivlidas, vein das el Torah. Shneimar, nidmu ami mibli adas. Aru yidabred Rav V'chia called Talmidei Chacham Mozik B'Torah Mitach Chak. Talmidei Chacham who studies Torah from poverty. Tfiloso nishmas. His prayers are heard. Shneimar, Yi'am b'tzion yeshev Yushalayim b'chol lo sivkeh, chanon yavtach al kol zakecha k'shamosa anach. And you will be heard. Ksiv basrei v'nosan lachem Hashem lechem tzar u'mayim lochatz. Ravo mimashbino so miziv shchina. A Talmidei Chacham learns out of poverty. He takes an oath with the ziv hashchina. He has access to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The curtain in Shamayim is never closed. Every day is more cursed than the day before it. Shenema baboker tomar miiten erev, uva erev tomar miiten boiker. Hey boiker, ilem boiker lamachar. We're talking about tomorrow. Miyadamai. We don't know what's going to be tomorrow. Ela decholov. We know that tonight is worse than this morning. We're on Mem Tes, Amud Aleph, halfway down. So if the world is being cursed every day, Ela Oma Maiko Makai. How can the world continue to survive? A Kedusha Desidra, the Kedusha we say in Uval Tzion. Vayesh me Rabba Adagarata. The Kaddish that said after we learn Agarata, Shenemar, Eretz Afesa Kama Oifel Tzamavis Vloistorim. Hayesh storm, if there's a Seder, Tfila Velimu, Tofia, Meoifel will get out of the darkness. The Lo Yarata Livrocha Benitel Tam Peretz. The dew didn't fall and the fruit didn't have flavor. Time of German laws. Omer. Tahara Bitlo Tambaran. Once there's no tum of tahara, there's no taste and smell of fruit. Meiser Bitel Shuman Doga. Once there's no more meiser, the grain doesn't have fat. Ravuna Ashkach Tumarta Techinunusa. Ravuna found a beautiful date, very good odor. Shakla Krocha Besudra, he wrapped it in his turban. Also Rabbi Bray, his son came, Amarle, Morchina Recha Dechin, I smell something good, Amarle B'nei Tahar Yishbach, I see you have Tahara, because you can smell. Yavini, I'm going to give it to you. Or he gave it to him. Amarle B'nei, Simachtas Libi, Vihikisa Eshinoi. That means his son's son came, and the son that he gave it to the son. So you made me happy with your tahara, but vikisa shinai. That means the love of a father for his son is greater than the love of the son for the father. Hanu damri inchi, rachmi da abba abni, rachmi da bni abni da avulei. Like we said, a father loves his son, but the son loves his children more. Ravacha bar Yaakov Idfil Bey Rav Yaakov Barbarta. Ravacha would play with his grandson, the son of his daughter. He godel, when the grandson got bigger, Amarle, the grandfather, said, Ashkin, please give me a glass of water. Amarle, love Baruch, I'm not your son. I'm not mechuyev midin. Vandamrinchi, Rabbi Barbartcha Ana. As grandchildren get bigger, he'll say to you, I'm your daughter's son, I have nothing to do with you. Mishnah. Bapulmis shel Aspanias, Gazra Latras Chasonim Vala Irus. When Vespasian came into the land of Israel to conquer, they made a gzer that the Chasonim cannot wear a crown. And Irus is a musical instrument that they shouldn't play. The Pumashal Titus, who was Vespasian's son, after Vespasian was called to become the emperor, Titus took over the battle. At that time, Gozral Atras Kalis. They made exera that the Kalis wouldn't wear a crown. A father shouldn't teach his son Greek. Bapusa Achron by Bar Kochva, Gozral Shlotetza Kala Bapiri B'tocha. They were going to that the Kala shouldn't go out in a carriage. However, Rabbi Sinu Itir Shetetza Kala Bapiri B'tocha. The Chachamim permitted that. Mishemes Rab Meir Botlu Moshle Meshali. When Rab Meir died, people who could tell a parable, there were nobody could tell a parable anymore. Mishemes Ben Azai Botlu Ashagdonim. He was a tremendous. He sat in kvetched a benkel all the time and learned. Mishemes Ben Zoma Botlu Darshonim. Mishemes Rabbi Kiva Botlu Kovad Torah. Honor for Torah was Mizbatla when Rabbi Kiva died. Mishemes Rabbi Chani Ben Doisa Botlu Anshe Maisa. He was a miracle worker. No more miracle workers after Chani Ben Doisa. Mishemes Rabbi Yosi Katonta, Pasku Chasidim. V'lama nikro shmo Katonta, Shai Katonta, he was the last and the smallest of the Chasidim. Mishemes Rabbi Yechon ben Zakkai Botol Ziva Chochma. Mishemes Rabbi Gamliel Zakkai Botol Kovod HaTorah Mesatar Precious. There was no Kovod HaTorah, and there's no Tahara and separation. Mishemes Rabbi Shmuel ben Pavi Botol Ziva Kahuna. Mishemes Rabbi Botol Anova V'Yiras Chay. No more modesty and fear of heaven. Torah Rabbanon. Rav Pinchas ben Yoyim and Mishachar Beis Hamidrash Poshu Chaverim Neichorim. The Chachamim are embarrassed. The Chofu Rosham, their head is like there's garbage on it. V'nadaldlu anshe ma'isa, people perform miracles became less and less. V'gavru bali zro bali loshen, the mafia people and the bali loshen hara got stronger. Ve'in dorish ve'in mevakesh ve'in shoel. There's no darshanim. Nobody asks about Yerushalayim. Al milan ulishan al avinu shabashamayim. The Chachamim were like cheder teachers. The Safaria Chazanya. The cheder teachers became like the Shamas. The Chazanya came the Ara. And the Chazanim were like Amei Arts. The Ara Azav V'Dildola. Even the Amei Arts were less and less. Vein Shovim Mavakesh. Nobody asked questions. Al Miyesh Lo Yishon El Avinu Shabbat Shabbat. Beikvas Mashiach, in the footsteps of the Mashiach, before he comes, chutzpah yizgeh. There'll be a lot of chutzpah. The yoker yamer inflation. Hagefen titin pirya, but the yain will be yoker. Wine will be expensive. Ulmachus tapech leminus, the ein toichechas. The malchus, there'll be apikursus, and there's nobody to give toichecha. Beis vad yeh l'mokom znus. The Beis vad of the Chachamim will be a place of znus. The Galil yechareib. The Galil will be destroyed. The Gavlan, which is the Golan, Yasum, will be desolate. The Anshe Agvul Yisovu Mi'ir, the people on the borders will travel from city to city, looking for tzedakah. V'lo yichonen, nobody will give them tzedakah. The Chochma Soifrim Tisrach, people will think it's that Torah wisdom is disgusting. The Yirei Chaitim Asu, people who fear sin will be viewed as disgusting people. Va'emetein, that there won't be truth. Na'arim pnei zakenim yalbinu, the children will make fun of the old people or humiliate them. Zakenim yandu b'nei ktanim, old people will stand up when the young people walk in. Ben menavel av, father will mistreat, a son will mistreat the father. Bas kama be'ima, the daughter will rule over the mother. Kala b'chamoisa, the bride with her mother-in-law. Oy ve'ish anshe beso, his enemies will be living with him. Pnei ador k'pnei akelev, the face of the generation will be like the face of a dog. Haben enam izbayish me aviv, the son will not be embarrassed from his father. Amar Rav, lo yishanu ela shel melech v'gofris. The crowns that they would wear made out of salt and like pitch, those were mizbatel. Aval shel hadas v'shel vered, but of myrtle and roses mutter. Ushmul amar af shel hadas v'shel vered aser. Aval shel kinim v'shel chelas, like reeds mutter. V'levi amar af atar shel kinim v'shel chelas aser. V'chein tana levi b'masdisa af shel kinim v'shel chelas aser. Then the Mishnah said the irus was prohibited. My irus. A drum with only one side to bang on. Rabbi Ravuna Ovid Liberia Tanboira. Rabbi made for his daughter a tambourine. Asa Avua Tavri. The father came and broke it. This is similar to a drum with one side. And then if you use this, they'll be matir that. Zil Ovid Le Apuma de Chatzva. Make a drum out of the mouth of a jug, apuma de kviza, or like a bushel that you measure, but not a real drum. B'puma shel titus gozral ator's colors. They abolished the crowns that the brides would wear. My ator's color on Rav Chanan Rav Yecha ear shel zav. It's like a golden, like a tiara, sort of the shape of Yerushalayim, made out of gold. That's the Yerushalayim shel zahav. Tana ma'achi, ezer ator's kalos, ear shel zahav. Aval also say, the keeper shel milas. They didn't make it out of gold. They made it out of like embroidered wool. Tana afal chupas chasanim gasru. No chupas. And my chupas chasanim. No chuppahs at all? No. They had a regular chuppah, but zuhuri samu zahavos. Colored clothing. I guess they would decorate the chuppah with that. So they'd stop doing that. Tanamachi, Eilein chuppahs chasanim, zuhuri samu zahavos, avalisia papyrus. They made it out of paper. The toilet book yutza. Then we said in the Mishnah, Shalo Yilmad es b'no Yevonis, Ton Rabbono. Kishetzor Malches Beis Chashmone Zelzeh, when there was a civil war between Aristobulus and Hyrcanus, Hyrcanus mi bachutz. Hyrcanus was trying to get into Yerushalayim. Aristobulus mi b'ftin. Aristobulus was inside. B'chol yom v'yom am yimshal shlim dinorim b'kupa. The people on the inside would drop money in a basket to go to the outside. The people on the outside would put sheep for the Beis Hamikdash to be able to shech the korban atomi. There was an elder who knew Greek wisdom. Laws lahem, he hinted to the people on the outside, listen, as long as you keep on bringing them sheep and they can offer the korban atomid every day, you're never going to win. The next day they sent a pig up. Even Shigia when the pig was halfway up, Noatz Chipornov, he dug his nails, hooves into the wall. Nizdaza Eretz Yisrael Arba Meos Parsa. And it was like an earthquake in Eretz Yisrael. Also, Shah Amr or Adam Shigal al Chazir, that there's a curse on somebody in Eretz Yisrael who raises pigs. The Ar Adam Shilamid Lebnochachach was Yavanis. Cursed is the person who teaches his child Greek wisdom. Valosa Shana Shaninu, Maisa Uba Oimer Megagois Trifinu Shtealach Mebiga Saint Sefer. There was so much destruction that the Omer and the Shtealach had to come from very far places, not close to Yerushalayim. So comes out from the Mishnah and the Gemara that it's not good to teach Greek. The Gemara V'Amar Rebbe, Be'eretz Yisrael, Loshen Sursi Lama, which is Aramaic. Ella I Beloshna Kodesh or Loshen Yavonis. People should speak Hebrew or Greek. Chena Rav Yosef, Bebov Loshen Arami, Lama. Why are they speaking Aramaic in Babylon? Oh, Loshen Kodesh or Loshen Parsi, which is Persian. Loshen Yavonis lechut v'chokmas Yavonis. Greek language is one thing. You're allowed to learn that. Greek wisdom is a different thing. Chochmas Yavonis is to understand Greek culture, the songs, the stories, like Homer, the Iliad, the Odyssey. There's historical documents that Jews had books, the Homerian novels. Jews, in the time of the Mishnah, there were those Homeric novels were found in Jewish homes. Just like today, English is the lingua franca, Greek was the standard language. Is Greek wisdom prohibited? In Eicha, Eini olol nafshi, mikol b'nosiri, elef yiladim, hayu b'beis Abba. There were 1,000 children in the house of the Nasi. Chamesh me'os lamdu Torah, v'chamesh me'os lamdu chachma Yavonis. Lo nishtay mehem, after Bar Kochva, elani kanu v'rachi Abba, pasya. But there was a time where they learned it. Shiny Shabbat Rabbi Gamliel Shekrovim L'Malchus. The children growing up in the house of Rabbi Gamliel had to deal with royalty. They had to know the Greek language. The Tanya, Misha Mesaper Koimi, somebody who takes a royal kind of haircut. Arezeh Midarka and Moiri. But Avtulis Ben Reuven Itirul Saper Koimi. Shekorv L'Malchus. Same thing based on Rabbi Gamliel. Itirul and Chochmei Yavonis Ben Shekorv L'Malchus. The Pulmusa Achron by Bar Kochva, Gazru Shalotetze Kalaba period. My taima, Mishum Tzniusa. And Apirian is like a cover. So it was something that was tznius. Yishmeis Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai bot la'chachma. No more chachma after Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. Torah bonim. Yishmeis Rabbi Eliezer nigna sefer Torah. He was a baki in all of Torah. In his memory, once he died, it's like as if a sefer Torah was buried. Yishmeis Rabbi Yeshua bot la'etzum achshav. Rabbi Yeshua used to give good eitzes. Yishmeis Rabbi Kiva bot luzrei Torah. The power of drushes. V'nistadu mayonos achachma. And the well springs of Torah got dried up too. Okay, we'll save this for the siyum.
Ernie, before you start the next stuff, sign out and sign in again.
Okay, so I'll call right back.
Yeah.
Ernie, my father used to say when you learn.
He left. He's not there. He's not there.
Hello?
He left.
He's going to open up again.
Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Gittin.
1 second, wait for Elazar.
A shaliach is bringing a get.
Ernie, wait for Elazar a second. He's not on.
Sorry, Elazar and Mario.
Yeah, just wait
Mario's
for
not. Mario's
Elazar.
not here.
Oh, sorry.
Let me just get out the Gemara.
Actually, we didn't have to sign out, but whatever. but you did. Okay, here is.
We'll wait for Walter to get back.
Laza wanted to tell you a story. Laza, you want to tell Ernie? He's here now.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
I
go
will.
on.
Eli, Laza,
Yeah.
you wanted to tell Ernie a story, what your father said.
He's not there.
I'm
He's
here.
there, he's there.
I'm here.
Well, my father was in partners with his brothers in business, the 5 brothers. One of them lived in New York and he used to come back to Seattle all the time. So when he would take him to the airport, they would always talk and learning. My father used to tell me, when you depart from someone, you got to learn in order that they remember you. So what does it mean? When he took him to the airport and they were discussing Divrei Torah, so he explained his point of view, and my uncle would say to my father, "No, I have this is my shot." They go back and forth until they got to the airport, and he had to get off to get the plane. So he didn't have a chance to tell him his point of view. So he said, in order to remember you, he says, wait till I come, next time I'll come, I have an answer for you. So that's how you say when you depart from someone, you should learn so you'll remember him, you remember him forever. So which means that when they departed, he departed in the middle of a sugya, but he had to catch the plane. He was there in the tank. So he says, next time I see you or I talk to you, I'll slug you up what you said. So
Very
that's
nice. Very
Okay,
nice.
that's okay.
Okay, new Masechta. A maybe get Mimdina Sayyam. Shaliach is bringing a get written by the husband in China to Eretz Yisrael. Tzarech sheyomer b'fanei nechta b'fanei nechta. Yes, the one who brings it has to say that it was written in front of me and it was signed in front of me.
Elaza, can you mute? Elaza, you need to mute.
Rav Gilmer, afa mevi min harekem u'min hacheger. These are places at the end of the Tchum in Eretz Yisrael. They're in Eretz Yisrael, but they're sort of on the border. But Eliezer, I feel like Kfar Ludim, Lelod. Kfar Ludim and Lod, they're 2 different names, but they're close to each other. And Kfar Ludim is not Shaykh to Lud. And even though they're in Eretz Yisrael, you have to say the same thing. We will dissect this machlokas very carefully. If you bring from China to Israel, or if you take a get from Eretz Yisrael to China, or you bring a get from France to Germany, both different countries in Medina Sayyam. One hegemon to another means even in the same Medina, like Los Angeles to San Francisco, Gemara will say. Even one city, where the city is divided between 2 rulers and their makpid. So you'd have to do it like, you'd have to say b'fanei nechta, b'fanei nechta. Rabbi Yehuda Omer merekem la mizrach, from Rekem to east, was considered like going in Medina Sayyam. For Rekem ka Mizrach, and Rekem is like east of Eretz Yisrael, like Chutz La'aretz. Me'ashkelon l'daram, going from Ashkelon to the south, Ashkelon Kedarom, and Ashkelon was viewed like being in the south. Me'akol et Safon, v'akol ketzafon, and Akko was considered like being in the north. Rameir Omer Akko ke'eretz Yisrael Gittin, and therefore, now period, not therefore. I maybe get Eretz Yisrael, but let's say you bring a get in Eretz Yisrael, You don't have to repeat this. However, in Yeshalav, and if the Baal, the husband, wants to claim that this is counterfeit, you have to check with the signatures of the Eidim, and they have to be Makayim their signature. So they're in Eretz Yisrael, the shaliach doesn't have to say b'fanei nechta b'fanei. He just gives the get over to the woman. She's divorced. Now, why is it that somebody who brings a get from outside of Eretz Yisrael to Eretz Yisrael that he has to say b'fanei nechta b'fanei nechta? Rabbah says l'fi she'ein b'kim lishmo. Besides the fact that the get has to be written properly with the right terminology, but it has to be in the lishma for for this person, Yehuda ben Shimon, and for this particular woman. By saying b'fanei nechta, the Bezdin will interrogate him to make sure that the ksiva and the chasima was done lishma. Rava Omar, lefi she'ein edim mitzuyin l'kaima. We don't have the edim here; they're in China. The husband may show up and claim that this is counterfeit. He never wrote this get, so the shaliach has to say b'fanei nechta again, and we believe him. And we believe him. Like Rashi says, "V'minu l'shaliach." We believe the shaliach. Now later on, the Gemara is going to ask, "Well, why don't you send two people if you're concerned about that?" But first of all, the Gemara wants to. What's the difference between these two reasonings of Rabbah and Rava? Might be that ikibinayu disyavu betray. If two people came with the get. So according to Rava, the Baal cannot make any claim because there's two Eidim who are here to be Mekayim the get if there was some claim of lack of authenticity. Or Inami, Mimtin Lamdina Be'eretz Yisrael. Everyone knows they're Boki in Eretz Yisrael about writing a get Lishma. However, from Tel Aviv to Shalayim, the Eidim are not here. So according to the Svar, because there's no Eidim, so that would still work. Or Inami. But also Medina b'Medina Sayyam. You're in England, in the same place. So according to the Chash of Rabbah, that the reason for this is because they're not Baki Lishma. Well, they're not Baki Lishma in England. So they would have to say b'fanei nechta. According to Rava, that the time is because there's no Eidim, there's Eidim here. They're in the same city that they wrote it. Now, Ule Rabba, the Amar lefi she'ein b'kiyin lishma. So according to Rabba, that said that the reason for this is because they're not b'ki lishma, liboi trei. We should say we need two Eidim to come with the get. Like all other Eidus in the Torah that you need two. So the Gemara answers, famous answer, Eid echad ne'eman b'isur. If we have some kind of suffix, this is a piece of fat, is it chaylev, is it shuman? We accept 1 to tell us it's kosher and we eat it. Because Eid echad ne'eman b'isur. Not by mominus, and we'll see, not by dvar erva. Well, so the Gemara says like that. Period. But the Gemara says that it's different than in the case of an isha. The law is chazik yisura. Well, there's no chazaka that this piece of fat is also. Avalacha, where we have an eshes ish, this chazik yisur deshes ish havidavar shebe'erva. it classifies as davar shebe'erva, and ve'ein davar shebe'erva pachutz mishtayim. So why do we get away with one? The Gemara answers. Rava's chashash is a very far chashash. Because Rov B'Kinei, most people know that a get has to be written Lishma. Now, there is a Shita Tanoim. Filudas Rav Meir Dechai Shlemiyuta, Rav Meir is famous. Even it's 1%, he's chayish for that 1%. So according to Rav Meir, who's chayish Shlemiyuta, maybe he should have required 2 edim. No, because Stam Safrei de Dayoni, the scribes that write Gittin, Mikmer Gmiri, they learn this halach. And they know that you need to write a get lishma. So such a small percentage who don't know the din, it's very small. And so therefore we don't have a chashash. But the Chachamim, because of a chashash, they at least want 1 eid. Since this woman would be chained if the get's not good, we believe the shaliach who brings the get, even if he's only 1 person, so that women will not remain agunos. Okay. We'll stop here.
A lot of halachas on this stuff. Wow.
Well, we'll summarize the halachas once we finish the sugya. Shkoyach.
Okay, shkoyach. Thank you, anybody.
Don't forget
Thank
to
you.
close it up. Okay.